You are scrolling Amazon at midnight, and you find a 65-inch television with the exact same brand and the exact same series name as the one your neighbor just bought at Walmart. Same size. Similar price. You assume you are buying the same television. You are not. The letter buried at the end of that model number is doing more work than the price tag. And almost nobody checks it before clicking buy. Here is the twist nobody explains to you. It is not that Walmart is trustworthy and Amazon is not, or the other way around. Both stores sell the good version, and both stores sell the cheaper version, sitting side by side in the same search results. The real question is not which store to trust. It is which letter to look for. So today, we are ranking 4 real televisions. Worst to best, all from the same brand family, all around the same price, to show you exactly how this trick works, and exactly which one I would actually buy. Here is what is actually at stake. You are buying one television, on one payment, planning to keep it for 10 years. If you buy the wrong version by mistake, you do not just feel annoyed for a week. You live with a dimmer, flatter picture every single night for years, and you likely will not even know why it looks worse than your neighbor's, because the box said the exact same brand name. Nobody is paying me to tell you this. No store gets a cut of what you buy today. And the winner of this list is not going to be whichever store has the flashier homepage banner this week. Why does this trick even exist? Think about it from the store side for a second. Amazon builds its own Fire TV software. Every Fire TV set sold pulls people deeper into Amazon's ecosystem, its own recommendations, its own remote, its own voice assistant. So Amazon has a real, understandable business reason to feature the Fire TV version of a set at the top of its search results, even when a better-built version of that same brand's technology sits one row down under a different suffix. That does not make Amazon a bad store. It makes Amazon a store with its own incentive, the same way Walmart carries its own store favored deals elsewhere. Once you see the incentive, the whole pattern stops feeling random. Sitting at the very bottom is the TCL 65-inch Class S5 with Fire TV, model number 65S551F, currently $404.53 at Amazon. On the surface, this looks like a smart buy. It has Dolby Vision listed right on the box, it has Alexa built in, and it is priced under the other sets on this list. Here is the mechanism you are not being told. This model uses a single flat LED backlight sitting behind the whole screen, with no ability to dim different sections independently. Picture a flashlight aimed at a wall from 10 feet back. It lights the whole wall evenly, whether one section needs to be darker than another or not. That is how this backlight behaves during a movie. It also has no quantum dot layer, meaning colors lean flatter and less accurate than the sets above it on this list. Independent lab testing on this same tier of TCL hardware measured peak HDR brightness barely above 350 nits, well under half of what the sets ranked higher on this list can reach. In year 1, fresh out of the box, it looks perfectly fine. By year 2 or 3, sitting next to almost anything better, the difference becomes obvious every single night. Buy it if this is a guest room or a kitchen television getting light, casual use. Skip it if this is your main living room screen for movies and games, because the missing dimming and missing color layer show up most in exactly those situations. If that felt like watching a magic trick get explained, that reaction is worth passing along to someone else. Tap like on this video so the next person searching Amazon at midnight sees this before they see that listing, since that genuinely is the only reason I am asking. Not to help me, but to help them. Subscribe if you want the no-hype version of every big purchase decision like this one. And tell me one number in the comments, how many total televisions you currently own in your house right now. I read every single one. One step up is the TCL 65-inch Class Q6 QLED, running Google TV, model 65Q651G, currently $428 at Walmart. This is nearly the same price as the Amazon set below it, and this is exactly where the trick becomes visible. This model genuinely includes quantum dot color technology, the actual CLED layer, meaning colors on skin tones, grass, and jerseys look noticeably richer and more accurate than the set ranked below it. Here is the catch, and I will not hide it just because this one ranks higher. It still does not have real local dimming. Picture two painters, one using a single wide brush loaded with the same paint for the whole canvas, and one using a slightly finer brush but still working with one big pot of color. The color is better here, but the contrast problem from the set below is still present. In a bright room during the day, this looks great. In a dark room at night, blacks still lean gray, and you may notice a soft glow around bright subtitles or a bright moon sitting against a dark sky. This is also the same model this channel already flagged in an earlier video as a solid color performer with a real contrast limitation. And nothing about that has changed since. Buy it if color accuracy for daytime shows and sports matters more to you than deep dark room contrast. Skip it if movie nights with the lights off are a weekly habit in your house. Quick gut check before we keep going. Look at what just happened. Two televisions from the same brand at nearly the same price, and the only real difference on paper is one small hardware layer and one letter buried in the model number. F for one platform, G for the other. That letter is not decoration. It is the whole story. We just crossed into the two picks actually worth your money, and here is exactly why they are worth it right now. Mini LED technology, real independently controlled backlight zones, used to be a flagship-only feature costing well over $1,000 just a couple of years ago. It is now dropped into this same everyday price range. On both platforms if you know which listing to click, which is genuinely good news no matter which store you already prefer shopping at. The Hisense 65-inch U6 Pro Series Mini LED is currently $699, marked down from a regular price of $1,100. And yes, this one is sold through Amazon. I am naming this specifically because it proves the point of this entire video. Amazon is not the villain here. This set uses genuine mini LED backlighting with real local dimming zones. The same underlying technology found in televisions costing hundreds more just 2 years ago. Picture that stage lighting idea again. But now imagine the stage actually has individual spotlights instead of one floodlight, dozens of them, each one able to brighten or dim on its own. That is what separates this set and the one above it from everything ranked below. Hisense has also leaned hard into raw brightness on this tier, which matters more than people expect during a daytime game with sunlight pouring through a window, since a picture that stays punchy in competing light is exactly what keeps a bright room from looking washed out. This was the top pick in our Super Bowl deals video for exactly this reason, and it still holds up here. Buy it if brightness for daytime games and real contrast for night movies both matter to you. Skip it if you have been burned by a budget brand's customer service before, and long-term support matters more to you than the upfront savings, since this is still a standard 1-year manufacturer warranty, not a premium support package. Before we get to the very top pick, here is the open loop I promised you. We are still coming back to the exact same panel trick, but for laptops, in an upcoming video, because the identical letter swap trick shows up there too. Subscribe now if you do not want to miss it, since that comparison is even easier to get wrong than this one. Sitting at the top of this list is the TCL 65-inch class QM6K series QD Mini LED, running Google TV, currently $698 at Walmart. Here is the reveal this entire video has been building toward. This exact model number, QM6K, is also listed on Amazon, at a similar price under the same name. The good panel is not locked behind one store. It uses real mini LED backlighting with the TCL Halo control system, meaning hundreds of independently controlled dimming zones instead of one flat backlight, so dark scenes stay dark in one part of the screen, while a bright scene stays bright in another part, at the same time. It also runs at a native 144 Hz refresh rate, genuinely useful if anyone in your house games. And it includes a built-in 2.1 speaker system with a subwoofer, so you are not immediately shopping for a soundbar. Now the honest flaw, because a top pick without one is not an honest ranking. TCL backs this with a standard 1-year warranty for non-commercial use, the shortest window on this entire list, and independent trackers following repair shop and owner report data consistently place budget Chinese panel brands, TCL included, at a meaningfully higher rate of reported issues over 5 years than a brand like Samsung or Sony. I like Samsung's panels quite a bit. Samsung also charges roughly 20 to 40% more than this exact spec sheet just for the badge on the front, and at this specific price point, that premium is simply not worth it for most households. Buy it if you have confirmed the exact model number, QM6K, on whichever site has the better price today, since both carry it. Skip it if you specifically want the longer support window a pricier brand name can offer, and you are willing to pay for it. Here is the whole list collapsed into 2 categories you can actually hold in your head while comparing 2 browser tabs. The bottom 2, the Amazon Fire TV S5 class at $404, and the Walmart Google TV Q6 CLED at $428, are both flat backlight televisions without real local dimming. One with better color than the other, but neither built for serious dark room movie nights. The top 2, the Hisense U6 Pro at $699 and the TCL QM6K at $698. Both use genuine mini LED backlighting with real dimming zones. And both are currently purchasable through either platform if you search the correct model number. Notice that price alone never told you which category a set belonged to. 2 of these sit within $24 of each other and land in completely different categories. The model number told you. The price never did. Here is the 30-second check, worth screenshotting before you ever open a shopping app again. Before you compare prices between 2 retailers, compare the exact model number first. Every letter and digit, not just the series name. If one listing ends in F and the other ends in G, or the 2 numbers do not match exactly, you are looking at 2 different televisions wearing the same family name. And the price difference between them is telling you nothing useful until the model numbers match. A few more things worth knowing, free of charge. First, whichever platform you buy from, check whether the Amazon listing says sold and shipped by Amazon.com, not a third-party seller, since return terms can shift when a marketplace seller is involved instead of Amazon directly, and a third-party seller can set its own tighter window. Second, both Walmart and Amazon currently give you a 30-day return window on televisions, so mark that date the day you buy, not the day something starts bothering you. Third, plug the television in the same week you bring it home and actually watch something in a dark room and something in daylight, since dimming and color differences like the ones in this video show up immediately once you know what to look for. Fourth, if you genuinely cannot find the exact same model number on both sites, that alone is useful information. It usually means that particular hardware really is exclusive to one platform, which is fine, as long as you are choosing it with your eyes open instead of assuming it matches something you saw somewhere else. If you are staring at 2 browser tabs right now trying to figure out which version you are actually looking at, drop the 2 exact model numbers in the comments and I will tell you plainly which one has the better panel and whether the price difference is worth it. I read every single one of these and I answer as many as I can. No affiliate link attached to the answer. At the end of the day, this was never really about Walmart versus Amazon. It was about one quiet letter at the end of a model number deciding whether your television gets brighter or dimmer for the next 10 years. If this saved you from clicking the wrong tab, hit that like button so the next Midnight Scroller finds this first, and subscribe because we are running this exact same letter swap trick again soon, this time on laptops. See you there.